So I've just unlocked Flashback Roussillon. How will he compare to players like Fel and Mendy? Let's find out in this video. If you want to improve your ultimate team and need some coins to do so, you should check out my sponsor IG Vault. There's a link to do so in the description, and if you use the code Kieron, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. If you want to get this guy for yourself, it's really not that difficult to get your hands on him. You are going to have to play a minimum of 12 games, scoring a finesse in each one of them. Win 8 of those 12, pretty standard stuff. Score 15 in that time, that will come naturally. And assist 2 goals via crosses, and also get 5 goals with defenders, which really isn't that hard, especially if you just get a fullback running down the wing, cross it into the box, and you tick 2 off with 1. So yeah, really simple unlock, and you actually get a decent looking item for it. I don't think it's an outstanding looking card, but it's a pretty freaking good one for a freebie. He is going to feature in a pretty good looking Bundesliga side, which also features a bunch of other good French options as well. So this guy is just very easy to get into teams. And also that new team this season, Lacroix, the centre back with 90 pace, like he's obviously a perfect link to Roussillon. So could Roussillon and that Lacroix replace Varane and Mendy? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, I guess. So let's have a look at this Roussillon item. 3-star standard stuff for a left back who is left footed on the left edge. In regards to his in-game stats, they're decent. As I say, I don't think they're like groundbreaking or anything like that, but they're pretty nice. Pace is obviously great, and that's obviously a key part of a fullback. Crossing is very nice, so if you get him into advanced areas, hopefully you can take full advantage of that. Dribbling looks good, nice balance, really nice ball control as well for a defender, and then defensively and physically, he's looking really nice, especially in the physical department. For a fullback, his physicals I think are excellent. The defensive stats not as strong, but still pretty damn good, and with a chem style, they do become much better, and obviously we are going to go for a defensive heavy chem style on this guy, just because it makes the most sense. But all in all, as I say, I think it looks like a very solid card, and considering you don't have to pay anything to get this guy, it seems a no-brainer to unlock it, whether you're going to use it or not. Now the chem style for this guy for me is really freaking obvious. Obviously you've got the choice of either Anchor or Shadow, and ultimately Anchor's just so obvious. It really is. Shadow like gives a bit of a boost in the interceptions and slide tackle, but with Anchor they're already pretty good, and you also get the extra boost of the physicals just being insane. In regards to like the pace, yeah, you could get him to 99 with Shadow, but he's already like 98 with Anchor, so I think that's definitely the best chem style for him. If you're not too bothered about the pace boost, then a Sentinel is also a really good option for him, and he does actually become a 93 rated centre back with Sentinel, which is quite scary. I hate the fact that people play fullbacks at centre backs. I understand why they do it because of how the game is, but I don't like the fact that that's a thing. I'm hoping next year we see much less of that. But anyway, in this video we're going to keep him at left back, and hopefully he's going to do a really good job there. Up against Roussillon on debut is it's a Spanish right edge, so we'll see how Roussillon copes with them. Hopefully he will, dominate them, to be honest, because they're not too great. Good pressure there by Roussillon. AI pressure. It had nothing to do with me, but it put the forward off, I guess. Get Roussillon coming forward now. Here is an opportunity. How's the delivery into the box? Not a bad one, but sadly, as fast as Sane is, not getting to the end, onto the end of that. Oof, Roussillon. Very acrobatic clearance, but needed to be done. Yes, Roussillon. Nice clearance into the path of Thomas Muller. Roussillon. Interesting tackle there. He was very central, but got the job done. Happy days. Roussillon win that. Happy days. Muller. Oh, good effort. So my opponent has rage quit, and we have claimed a clean sheet. I've got to be honest, Roussillon really didn't have too much to do in that game, but everything he did do, as you can see, he completed at 100%. Obviously, it does say no tackles won, but he did make some intercepts which don't count as tackles, which obviously is really nice. And to be honest, for most part, most defenders in this game don't make too many tackles now. Intercepts is the main way of retrieving the ball from the opposition. So yeah, solid performance by Roussillon, but as I said, the game wasn't too much of a challenge. Roussillon is going to be up against a standard Mo Salah in this one, so not the biggest of tests, but don't want to speak too soon, because with my kind of defending, you never know what will happen, but hopefully we can claim a clean sheet in this one. Nice tackle there from Roussillon. He really does like to come narrow. Chance for Roussillon to pick a pass now. And it's not a bad ball there, in behind for Thomas Muller, but goalkeeper wise to it. Oh, wow. We got very fortunate with that pickup there. Was very wary of giving away a penalty as well. Chance in behind, but Roussillon cleans up nicely. Finds Roussillon, who's in a lot of space here. Chance to get the ball in early. We go to the front post, and Sane actually does connect with it, but just not cleanly. Decent first 45 for Roussillon as well. Has made some good intercepts and tackles, and has also got forward a bit as well, which is nice. Good to test him in those areas. Will say though, his positioning for me just, I don't know what it is. He's either too narrow or too wide. There's never like an in-between for him. Oh, nice from Roussillon. Oh, unfortunate there with the come inside, but I thought he did really well initially to actually claim that ball. Thought Roussillon had another okay game. To be honest, my opponent was attacking a lot more down the other wing, and he was getting in behind Mukiele quite a bit, and that's ultimately why he ended up with a yellow card. So yeah, Roussillon wasn't massively tested in that game, but nonetheless it's a shame not to have got a clean sheet in that one. I spoke about fullbacks at centre-back at the start of the video, and that's exactly what we're up against in this one. He also, though, has a Flashback Roussillon, so it'll be interesting to see how we get on up against that item. Nice pick up there, Roussillon. Thomas Muller trying to get round Roussillon, not going to happen on this occasion. The Frenchman comes away with the ball. Let's give Roussillon the ball to deliver. Goes front post. Thomas Muller wins the header and slams it into the back of the net as we take the lead. Roussillon dinks into the box, and Leroy Sané absolutely pings that header into the far side of the net. Great assist for the Frenchman and a brilliant header from Sané. Bullet header. It's been a solid opening 45 for Roussillon, to be honest. He's had some good involvements and obviously has got himself some assists as well, which is really, really nice. Pick up there from Roussillon. My defence was just all over the place. Another game where Roussillon has had pretty good completion. Just another solid game, to be fair. I like him going forward. He can definitely deliver a good ball into the box, and defensively when he gets into the right position, he's really, really solid. So what are we saying about Flashback Roussillon? What is the verdict? It's a very nice left back item. I like using it, and I'll definitely use it again, there's no doubt about that. But in this game, there's a lot of competition in the left back role, especially from France. So we will do some comparisons just a bit later on in the video. But all in all, I really did like using this card. I think it's a really, really solid left back option, and there's plenty of positives to this card. But there is one or two negatives which we are going to discuss that do hold him back, in my opinion. Let's begin then. Pace is obviously great. No issues there whatsoever. Very quick going forward with the ball, tracking back without it. Happy days in that regard. I also thought his passing for a fullback was really, really nice, especially when it comes to crossing into the box. He certainly can deliver a really good ball, so if you like to attack with your fullbacks, you're definitely going to get some use out of that with this guy. Dribbling, also a bit more the same. Really, really did like him in possession of the football. He felt agile, he felt capable of going on a dribble with, and yeah, just composed with the ball, which was, you know, really, really nice. And then we come on to defensively. Interceptions, very, very good. Tackling ability is also really nice, and because he's got really good strength for a fullback as well, he has the ability to just knock people off the ball, especially wingers who don't have good physicals, which most of them don't, even at this stage. There is a few that do, but for most part, Roussillon is going to be able to not just outpace, but also outstrength most would-be attackers that come his way, which is a huge, huge bonus. I also thought aerially he wasn't too bad either. Players like Ronaldo, etc. are obviously going to dominate him, but against the lesser wingers, he actually does a really, really good job aerially, which was really, really nice. So what didn't I like about this card? The positioning. Now, this isn't like an every occasion kind of thing, but at times his positioning did frustrate me. He would regularly either be like out wide, like too narrow, or he would shoot forward. So if you're going to use this guy and you don't want him going forward, I highly recommend stay back while attacking. Otherwise there will be gaps in behind. Obviously if you like an attacking fullback, that won't concern you too much, but I'm telling you, this guy does like to get forward naturally and can leave gaps in behind. Obviously he does have the pace to make up that gap, but still it's just something to be aware of, because you can get caught out on the counter. Anyway, all in all, aside from the occasional positioning error, he's a really, really good fullback option. Now, let's compare. Is he the best Bundesliga left back available? No, he's not. Like, Davies' cards are just too good in this game. Like, even his road to the final item, I think is better than this Roussillon. And obviously the team of the season and team of the year are both miles better. This Roussillon does not compare to either of them. And in regards to French left backs, would I use this Roussillon over Ferland Mendy? Honestly, No, I wouldn't. I think Ferland Mendy still just edges him. He's just got that Mendy factor about him. He's got that it factor that just makes him so broken and so overpowered. So I don't think he's the best Bundesliga left back, and I don't think he's the best French left back either, which is a shame. But as I say, with it being a free card, you don't really expect him to be, you know, top tier. But he's still really, really good and very, very usable. I also don't think I'd use this Roussillon over Theo Hernandez, but I think he's better than all of the other French left backs. So still really, really good card. And as I say, for a freebie, it's a no-brainer to get this item in your club. But I unfortunately don't think he's as good as some of the more meta options. But yeah, as I say, good card, comes with good links as well. And as I say, it does now have that perfect link to that really good looking Team of the Season Wolfsburg centre back, which I have already reviewed, and if you want to see a video on him, I'll put a link in the description. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on Flashback Roussillon. Definitely worth the unlock, so make sure you get it done. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like rating on it, subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you in the next one.